Hello everybody and welcome to my second installment of Speed Podcasting. Today I have the incredible Krissy Jewell. Guys, I love this woman. She is an incredible human, and her and I are just developing a really deeper connection in our sisterhood and our friendship.
Yeah.
And totally honor this lady. So I'd like to spotlight her for a few minutes. She is an NLP practitioner. She is also an intuitive coach, healer, speaker, woman, author, and a trainer. She is doing some incredible things for women and just anyone around her. Like, I know from the conversations we have, it's like you ignite things in me, and you also celebrate. You celebrate me, and I fucking love it. So today we are going to talk about an epic conversation, but I just really want to introduce to you this beautiful woman. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited that I'm the second.
I know, right?
Yay.
Well, literally, you're kind of the first guest. I was like the first one.
Amazing.
And Luna and Snags, my dog. So you're
Perfect.
actually my very first co-host.
I'm popping the cherry.
You are.
Yay.
You. So, guys, today we are literally talking about an epic topic, and we're calling it the reflections of life. Whoa.
This has been a game changer for me. Really has.
Me too.
So I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Yes. So let's touch on it. Like, I would love for you to expand, express, to share with everybody, like, really what that means.
Sure. So for me, when I first started doing my NLP trainings and they talk about perception as projection, I was like, what the hell is that? And what I've recognized in life is that anytime something sort of happens outside of me, so with you or, an ex-boyfriend or my family, the tumultuous chaos that it is, or my son, specifically, like my son is my greatest mirror.
Yeah.
And especially if there's like an emotional trigger or an emotional charge that's behind a behavior or something that's said, I'm like, oh, there is something in that is a beautiful reflection for me to look at and go, okay, what is there in this for me to learn or to grow through or to release and let go of, or to actually just hold and stand in my power and be really affirmed or confident in my boundaries. I
love that. Like, because a lot of people talk about that whole, you're projecting or they're a mirror, and like it's so easy to say that, and I think that's kind of like the first step
100%
in learning this reflection, but it really goes deeper, doesn't it?
100%. The easiest way that I can summarize it for those who maybe don't understand or never heard this before, have heard it in the sense of like it's a mirror or it's a projection, but not actually knowing what that means, is that, say for an example, you have a relationship where that person triggers the shit out of you, whether they do something or say something, and you're just like, oh my God, why can't you just get your shit together? Or why do you constantly, hate on that person or judge that person? Or, there's something about that particular person, if you allow yourself to reflect on it, that is really grating you, that's really, not sitting well. That's where the emotional response is. So if you take a moment to actually just be with that and look at, well, what is it about that behavior, that person, that thing, that language that's actually not sitting well?
Yeah.
So if it's the judging, right? So you feel like someone's constantly judging you.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, so where do I feel like I'm judging myself?
Oh my God.
Or where do I feel like I'm judging other people? And so it's a beautiful reflection for you to take what's coming at you from externally and go, oh, this is really grating me. But rather than making it about them and making it like they're judgmental and they're this and they're that, it's like, oh, okay, where am I showing up like that? Where am I feeling as though that's being projected at me? Therefore, how am I showing up without it, the integrity that I feel is in alignment with my values? And that's just an example.
Yeah. It's a really good example because you can literally like pluck that and paste it anywhere.
100%.
Like, whether it's with your children or your partner or work colleagues or friends.
Even judging yourself, because judging of self, we are our own worst critic. And sometimes it's not even the fact that we're judging other people. Sometimes we're just judging ourselves so harshly, especially as mums.
Oh yeah.
Like we had this conversation last night. If we're, if we're constantly judging ourselves and and thinking that we have to have everything perfect, then of course we're going to be greater when someone judges us, because we're judging ourselves the worst.
Actually, yes. And mums do that. And I know you do a lot of work with mums. Like that'd be something that you'd see so much, wouldn't you?
All the time. And it's like, you know what happens if you stop being triggered by other people judging you and you actually just loved and honored where you are in your own journey?
Yes.
And I say this to mums all the time, like, what happens if you actually just honor yourself and realize that you're still a human being, you still make mistakes? And the other important thing is understanding that if you don't take time for yourself and reflect on these things, then you don't have you're walking around aimlessly like a zombie. Like,
it's that self-awareness, hey? You're lacking that self-awareness.
And and so often as mums, we don't make time for ourselves to even do the simplest of things, let alone to take time to reflect on, you know, what does this mean for me?
What does this mean? Yeah. So it's like, not just in each situation, it would be a really good idea at the end of each day to kind of sit and reflect and go, okay, like what's come up for me?
100%.
Like what's triggered me, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, who's pissed me off.
Totally. And to journal that. Because sometimes when we journal, we just allow our mind like to just dump all of the stuff. And sometimes it's just really nice to have those, you know, even 2 or 3 questions at the end of the day, like what triggered me today?
Yes.
And not just what was the specifics. It was like, okay, cool. What is the overarching theme that triggered me today? I felt so deeply judged. I felt so deeply humiliated. I felt so deeply disrespected. You know, just the theme. And then the next thing can be, okay, so how did I show up in that? Did I react? Did I respond?
Because it's all just feedback, isn't it? Like it's feedback for us to actually either heal on a deeper level or expand or grow or give back or receive on a deeper level, isn't it?
100%. And that's the whole thing with failure. It isn't failure, it's just feedback.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it. Guys, give us some love if you're just feeling this, or post some questions below, and I'm sure myself or Krissy will you know, be more than happy to like continue that conversation with you. But as we journey further through this today, I have another question for you. So when you're talking about like reflections and mirroring and all those things, it's not just about the negative things that you see in people, is it?
No. And if we, you know, take the negative out of it, because there's no such thing as good or bad, right or wrong.
So true, hey?
Positive. But yet we still attach labels to that, which is fine. But 100%. So we can also see, you know, amazing people out there that we look at them and we're just like, oh my gosh, I just adore that person. I love how that person shows up. I love how they do this or do that. And I could never do that. The thing is, that too is a reflection for you to take on if you choose, where you can look at them and go, wow, I love that particular behavior or that particular quality or that value. Because the truth is, that too is yourself. And that is an element of yourself that's calling you forward to step more into and embody that piece that you feel like maybe you can't do, or maybe you've got old stories, or you've got, you know, meanings that you've attached to certain things based on your childhood or your woundings or your trauma or whatever it is that's, you know, making you up as a person, but recognizing that you have the courage and the bravery to step into that version of yourself if you choose, and that they are just reflecting to you the part of you that's ready to be seen. Oh,
I love that. I love that. That's so like that's a really a big part of my journey at the moment is like stepping into that next layer of me. And so my theme for this like new moon is abundance and boundaries.
Beautiful.
And I literally am like seeing that in all the people around me. It's like, wow, like I'm really seeing that woman honor her boundaries, or holy Julie, that person's like really stepping up and like into that next level of abundance and creating that freedom for their family.
Yes.
And, yeah, it's pretty empowering, isn't it?
Very empowering. And the fact that we just take the time to do some reflection in the positive and the negative, it just allows you to, one, do a bit of an inventory, like where am I and where do I, like, as opposed to where do I want to be?
Yeah.
And then two, it's like, okay, well, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, what steps do I need to take?
I love that.
Instead of just walking around blindlessly and being so unaware and just walking around unconscious.
I love that. Do you guys love that? I think it's pretty epic. And I know that Krissy's got some pretty epic programs going on. So if you connect with anything she shared today, I'm going to share like in all the comments links to her socials and her programs. So please like go check it out and like maybe have some conversations with her around this or any of those other areas of things that come up. Like if you've had aha moments, then now it's probably a little nudge from the universe to say, hey, come maybe check this out, or this is next step or something.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, sister.
Oh, you are an incredible woman. Thank you for sharing. Now, there's something really cool that I like to end my speed podcasts on. And you're literally the first person.
Amazing.
You're so amazing. This is literally going to be like a signature piece. And I'm going to ask you on the spot your third question. And that's, who would you like to shine the spotlight on for 2 minutes? Like, who comes up in your life? Who's inspiring you, helping you, healing you, giving you, whatever it is? Who and why?
For me, that's such a tough question because there's so many epic humans doing amazing things right now. Yourself included.
Oh, thank you.
For me,
before
though,
you say the person actually,
yes.
What are 2 other names? Just drop their names before you drop this person's.
Jax.
Of course, I love you, Jax.
Like Jax for me, she's just such a pinnacle of embodiment and truth and rawness and just like, no fucks given.
Fuck yeah.
Kind of.
And who's your number 2?
You.
Ah. Guys, because I'm like, this so beautiful.
And you know, we were talking about this last night. We've literally physically met. I think this is the third time. Yeah, we just instantly clicked. And, you know, building this sisterhood and, you know, for me, it's healing sisterhood wounds. So, you know, building this relationship with you and being here in your home with your family, it's just so nourishing for me. So
It's been lovely having you here.
Yeah, and you're just doing amazing things. I'm excited to be working with you soon.
I know, right? I'm excited.
Yeah. And I'm going to do a post on that actually around, you know, not choosing to work with someone when we're not in pain, as opposed to actually going, you know what, I'm going to do preventative as opposed to the opposite.
There's a lot of power in that, like, because it's not just preventative, it's actually you stepping into your power and honoring you. So, love you, girl.
Thanks.
And who is your special person that you
So
want to
I would
spotlight?
love to spotlight Danny Bolden.
Bolden,
Bolden.
Yeah.
We had to look that up to
We
make
did.
sure I had that
Sorry,
right. Yesterday I had another incredible massage and healing with this beautiful mama. She is just such an incredible heart-centered divine goddess, and the healing, I had a healing about 2 weeks ago from her.
I remember you telling me about
and
that first one.
it was phenomenal, and I just really got out of my way and just allowed her to just do her thing. And just allow myself to really allow the healing, allow the connection, the release, to stop suffering, to actually choose to stop suffering. And so yesterday I was like, I don't know how much I need this, because I felt amazing still from the first one, but yesterday was just profound.
It was like another layer, just that next step.
Totally. And coming into retreat this weekend, I'm just feeling so cleansed and so clear, and I feel like she needs to get out there more, and she's got such an incredible gift for the world, and she has so much medicine, but this is just one of the things, and she does such incredible massage and Reiki, and she's so attuned. And,
beautiful.
And really
we're
just
going to
want
mention her below.
Yeah,
we'll
really want to
spotlight her.
her.
Well, that's for you, Danny. Shout out. We love you. Anybody who wants to know more about her, check out the links. I've not experienced her zone of genius, but I've heard a lot about it, and I've been in her presence, and she's very soft.
Very gentle.
Like really gentle in her presence.
Incredibly nurturing. She
Nurturing,
really
that's
is the
the
mother
word.
figure.
Yeah. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yay!
Thank you, sister.
And I can't wait to have you again down the track. Maybe Krissy's about to embark on an epic gypsy journey.
I know.
She's building a caravan. She's going to be on the road.
Yeah.
We're going to catch you out on the road.
Yeah.
Thanks, fam. I think it went from maybe about 11